Hello, hello, lovely Love Advice TV community. Coach Adrian here again for a live. So excited to be together. Hello to Raj, the first brave soul to hit up the chat. Please, just like Raj, don't be afraid to go to the chat. Tell me a little bit about you, where you're logged in from, your name. This is going to be an interaction. I look forward to answering your questions, just like we do every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. My goal as a coach is to create a space for you to be able to get the support that you feel like you need in order to rebuild a new and healthy relationship. That's what I've been doing over the last 10 years, and that's what I am so grateful to be able to continue to do today. And I've received a lot of amazing questions, a lot of amazing comments that I'm going to answer. And I see that some of my favorite people are here. Mr. Golem, we have a friend M from India, Carlos from Latvia. Welcome, friends. And I encourage you to also share your updates, leave your comments and your questions in the comment section. I've also received quite a few really, really good questions in the last week that I was hoping to answer live for you today. And, this is a very special week, actually, because I have a very, very, very special event that is happening this Thursday. I'm doing a free live training, 5 steps to get back together in 3 months or less. So you're going to not want to miss this. Please sign up. The sign up link is in the description of this video. I'm also going to put it in the chat. Many people that I've worked with don't just want to get back together. They want to get back together fast. They want to get back together fast because it's excruciating. You feel pain. You really want to just rebuild a healthy relationship, and you're motivated to do so. And what I've learned about, throughout the years is that at the time of a breakup, many people have an awakening of sort, like a light bulb goes off. And very quickly, in a short period of time, you're able to understand what went wrong and why. You're able to see some of your blind spots. And you're highly motivated to repair your relationship because you have a newfound understanding and perspective. Sometimes it takes losing someone to appreciate what we had and to understand that we need to change our ways. And so that's why many people are eager to just get back together very quickly. But you also are consumed by emotion, the fear of losing your significant other, the fear that they're going to find someone else, be in a new relationship, and forget about you. And so you can kind of get in your own way. And a process that should take 3 months or less can take many months and sometimes even years because you don't have a clear plan. And that's why I am doing this webinar tomorrow. Really to share with you research, both scientific research, but also research from the field, what I have seen individuals do and how they've been able to quickly turn things around, whether their ex was in a rebound relationship, like you, Golem, or whether you have children together, even if you're already engaged in a process of divorce. There are certain steps, 5 proven steps that you can take to really help to quickly turn things around. And that's what this free live training tomorrow is going to be all about. And I hope that every one of you will be there. Sign up. It's a limited 500 spots in these live events because that's what our system can accommodate. So please, I'm going to again once more put the image for you so that you have the date and the time right. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern is when you're going to want to come, and you can sign up by clicking on the link that I share with you in the chat. It's also in the description. So today is a different type of live because I wanted to also not just answer your questions, and answer some of the most pressing questions that I've received over the past week. I also wanted to share success stories with you. I wanted to share testimonials, emails that I've received from clients who are fighting the good fight and who are successful. One of the preconceived ideas is that, number one, it's not good to get back together, and number two, that it's actually impossible. And the last 10 years have taught me that both of those things are not true. That many people are with the right person, but don't have the right tools to nurture healthy love or to be able to overcome certain challenges. And that's why I have really dedicated my life to providing you with those tools, but also to helping you be in the right mindset to fight for healthy love. And it can be the best thing that ever happens to you. That's what happened to me. And that's part of what I'll be sharing tomorrow, is my story of how I was able to get back together with my significant other and to start a family and to be fulfilled and to be happy. And that's exactly what I want for you as well. So yes, 3 months sounds very optimistic, Shell. You're right. In many cases, it takes longer than that. But there are some individuals who have been able to do this. I coach them, and I would like to share some stories with you. So I'm going to share one of the testimonials, one of the emails that I received from one of my clients, and I hope that this is going to be inspirational to you. And this person said, I wanted to thank you. We had 2 sessions together, and my perspective changed, and I was able to completely turn things around. And it took me a little over 2 months of me trying to get back together. We were broken up for 4 months. You encouraged and assured me that I could obtain what I wanted, even though he was already onto a rebound golem. You see, now we are happier and our bond is stronger than ever. Your advice was to make real changes, and that's what I did. Thank you so much. We are most definitely on the path to marriage. Those were his words, and I'll be contacting you for marital advice in the future. I will be recommending your services. So this is real, guys. This is a real email of a real individual who really reached out to me and who really got back together in 2 months, Shell. So yes, in some cases it's optimistic. In some cases it's very real. And if you take the right steps, if you're in the right mindset, if you're coachable, you can also become a success story just like this. And I share this with you to give you hope, for you to be able to kind of overcome some of your preconceived ideas about this process, and for you to see that actually you are in control of your emotional destiny. Of course, every relationship is unique. Every relationship has its own set of challenges. But what I know is that most people get in their own way. And that's why it takes longer than it has to. And if you've already made mistakes and you've already gotten in your own way, it's okay. It's all right. Shake it off. The point is, let's learn, let's grow, and let's put the right steps in place in order to turn things around. That's what the webinar tomorrow, Free Life Training, is going to be all about. Those right steps to turn things around. And I'm so excited for you to also see what is possible and to also become a success story. I'm going to share with you another testimonial of another individual who reached out to me and who was also able to turn things around. And you will see that, well, let me read it. Hey, Coach, I've already got back with my ex, and all that happened just because of you and your team. I'm so happy and thankful. Thanks for uploading videos on YouTube. I subscribed to your channel and I followed the game plan instructed by you. I implemented no contact. I got my ex crawling back to me in less than a month, and now we are together once again and we're so happy. I'm thankful. God bless. So this is another individual, Shell. It took a month of putting the right steps in place. And I say this to you because most people actually think it has to take a very long time. It does not. If you are clear, if you're focused, if you don't get triggered, good things can happen very, very quickly. And I am sure that many of the mistakes that you are going to make can be prevented if you follow these steps that I have discovered over the last 10 years. Because some of the questions that you haven't asked yet, I know are coming. Because I've seen certain patterns unfold. Of course, I'm not a magician. I'm not a wizard. I cannot see the future. Never would claim to be able to do that. But I can help you maximize your chances because of experience. Because I've worked with many, many people. Because I love what I do and I love helping people. So, there's quite a few of you that are live. Don't be shy. If you have questions for me, please share them with me. Be mindful of others. Don't put so much text that it's going to be very difficult for me to be able to read your words, right? So Angelica says, I have a looming thought that I would be told that I do have a chance, so that I purchased a 3-month plan. I'm not sure if perhaps you can relieve my hesitation. Yes, if you have any hesitation, share it with me. And most importantly, just come to my free live training tomorrow. You're going to learn a lot, right? It's free. Come, learn. Come with an open mind and an open heart. Devin says, hey, coach, my wife finally responded to me yesterday and said she's ready to meet with me. Yay. Yay. Devin, I am so happy for you. I celebrate this step. It doesn't mean that you're back together, but it's a good sign when your significant other is willing to meet up with you, when your significant other is, willing to put themselves out there. It's an opportunity. I hope that you've worked on yourself. I hope that you have grown so that you can capitalize on this opportunity. Devin, it is not the only opportunity. I don't want you to force the issue. I don't want you to act like it's the last opportunity that you will ever have, right? Be yourself, stay positive, make them smile, leave her wanting more, and we will continue to move this process along. But that is fantastic, and I can't wait to hear how this goes. If you have questions, also, please don't hesitate to pose them, but that is fantastic news and update, and I celebrate this for you. Fight the good fight, my brother. I'm so happy that that this is happening for you, even though I know that it's not necessarily the end of the process. So here, there are some individuals that reached out to me that had some pretty amazing questions that I wanted to answer. Joseph said, we lived together for 10 years. My ex moved to another country for work. Should I wait? It's been 6 months now. So, their long distance relationships and long distance breakups have like a particular dynamic to them. And usually the timetable is longer than most to be able to repair the broken relationship. So even if it's been 6 months, doesn't mean that it's the end. It took me 1.5 years to get back with my significant other in a long distance type of dynamic, Joseph. But the key point here is I don't want you to wait. This notion of waiting means putting your life on hold, means clinging onto the past, and it means depriving yourself of growth, right? It's not an exclusive path between choosing to wait and living your best life. No, it's one and the same path. You need to grow. You need to put yourself out there. You need to be social. You need to, develop new qualities and new attitudes and new habits, and then seek to reconnect when the time is right. Right? So, but don't be in that mindset where you're waiting for your significant other. That's not attractive. And even if you wait, when you do reconnect, they may not be, they may be into it. And they're probably going to feel like you haven't changed, that you're the same person that they said no to. And that's definitely not the vibe and what we want to get to. So another question that comes from Barbara. Barbara says, my 2-year relationship ended a month ago. The love of my life decided to leave me, and I still love him deeply. I can't stop thinking about him. I've done everything I can to get him back, but nothing has worked. I'm frustrated and can't imagine my life with anyone else. Despite my best efforts, I can't get him out of my mind. I really miss him. Barbara, I empathize with what you're going through. I'm so sorry to hear about this, you need to come to my free live training tomorrow, Barbara, because we're going to turn things around and I'm going to give you practical tools to get there. The point is, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel distraught. It's okay to feel broken. But I don't want you to wallow and to just stay in that negative energy. I want you to be able to pick yourself up. I need you to take steps and actions in order to rebuild yourself, right? That's what we're going to learn about tomorrow. And once you do so, you reach a place of confidence and a place of well-being where we can reconnect with the significant other without putting him on a pedestal, without conveying that you need him. And that's when he can choose to fight for you and to co-create a new relationship with you. That is the goal. Not for you to do all the work, but to be with someone who actually is willing to do the work with you and to earn your trust. Because most of the time, it's not just one person's fault. So M here says, sir, my girlfriend broke up with me 3 months back because we were fighting and I had stopped talking to her friends. We were fighting about her friends also. And 3 months before the breakup. So she found that you had commented on some girl's posts, which was actually to get that person's attention so that I could talk. Okay, so there's a trust issue. And also, from what I understand, there's been a little bit of, you haven't been truthful. So it's important for you to have really learned from this. And you need to be able to articulate what went wrong and why, what you've learned. And also, what new habits have emerged as a result of what you have learned. Until you're able to have clarity around those things, I would not advise you to try to reconnect with this person that you love because it's about rebuilding trust. And in order to rebuild trust, you need to have something to show for in the form of consistent actions over time that are rooted in understanding. So once you have done that, then we can reconnect. Then we can reach out in a non-threatening way, as we will see tomorrow. And once you do that, you will be able to create a new form of emotional connection. And slowly but surely, this person can learn to open their heart again, open their mind again to the possibility of being together. And ultimately, I think that is what you want to do, right? Grow, learn, maximize your chances at something, at creating something new, so that amazing things can happen. Golem, I want you to come tomorrow. Your situation is quite unique, and you know, she is maybe playing games with you, and ultimately, you know, we don't want to constantly provide reassurance and validation. If she's moving forward with someone else, let her. She needs to choose a path, and you need to show self-respect. And that's the only way to create something new. You don't want this person committed to you also talking to this other person. And I've seen this happen quite too often. Someone being stuck in between two relationships, and ultimately both fail. So you need to be patient, and you need to have self-respect, and we need to set boundaries with this ex who keeps on trying to trigger you over and over and over again. She does not want you to move on, and she's also really not honoring this other relationship that she's in. So you deserve better, but come tomorrow, you're going to learn a lot as well. I wanted to share with you one more email that I received from a client that I think can really inspire you to see what is possible. And this individual reached out to me. Really, you know, every time I get an email like this, it fills my heart. I am filled with gratitude. This person wanted to say, I wanted to say a massive thank you. I got my girl back. We haven't stopped talking. She is chasing me. She told me she loved me. Thank you so much for your support. So I feed off of individuals who are grateful, who understand this process, who are willing to do the work and take accountability of this process for themselves, and really to do the work. And then I am here as a coach to support you on this journey, but it's your journey, it's your path. And when you succeed, I succeed, when you are happy, I am happy. And that's another individual that I'll always be grateful for, because I've learned through their efforts how this path can can look like. And and I wanted to share my joy with you all in that regard. So there's a friend here that says, when I set a boundary because my ex was breadcrumbing me by calling and not setting dates, I told her that I'm not into a platonic and only call if she wants to work things out. Now she blocked me for 2 months. So kudos to you, man. I know that it may feel like this led to a setback because she actually blocked you. But the reality is, you were able to set a boundary on your own terms because you realized that this person was actually breadcrumbing you. And it could be that, she was yearning for your love, but felt unsafe, was unsure how to go about moving this process along while feeling safe. And, you know, she showed that she still cared by reaching out to you, but something there was, coming in the way of actually this process moving forward. And I would love to be able to work with you personally to understand actually what happened. What happened? What led to the breakup? And why is this person so afraid of being hurt, in essence? Because it's in the nuances and the intricacies of this dynamic that we can truly figure out the right way forward. And even though you're blocked, it does not mean that it's going to take forever to reconnect, as long as you have clarity over this dynamic. So Rajwinder said, I had a break up 4 months ago, and he said, no hope. I really love him. So Raj, thank you for your comment. Most of the people that I work with at some point hear the words, there is no hope, right? And it's because it's the reality of the moment. That's how your significant other feels in that moment. Their emotions are telling them that there's no way. But life goes on. People change. You grow. You evolve. And over time, they may start to feel differently about you and about what you have to offer. They may realize that even though you're no longer together, they're not happy. And they're not as fulfilled as they thought that they would be. And so actually they may realize they're even less happy. And then that's when they usually take a step towards you, and when a new relationship can emerge, right? It's not based on manipulation. It's based on growth. It's based on respect, respecting their boundaries, setting your own boundaries, and and then taking it from there. And that's how a beautiful new relationship can emerge. So yeah, come tomorrow. Come tomorrow. You're going to learn all the tips that you really need to learn to turn things around. For those of you who just have logged on, because this is a live, tomorrow I'm hosting a free live training at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 steps to get back together in 3 months or less. It's not a guarantee that you're going to get back together in 3 months or less. It is the pathway that all of the people that I've worked with that I've gotten back together quickly have used, right? That's how they maximize their chances. I identify patterns. I share those patterns with you. And that's what I want to share tomorrow. Angelica asks a beautiful question. How do you show self-respect if you are the one to initiate contact? Man, that's a beautiful question. It's a beautiful question because it shows self-awareness, right? You're not just focused on trying to win this person back. You want to do it the right way. So just because you initiate contact does not mean that you're being needy or that you're being desperate. It's one thing if you tell them you miss them, you love them, you want to get back together, you're sorry about the past. If you show them that actually you're still stuck in the breakup mindset and dynamic, yes. And if you are still very vulnerable, it can be challenging. But you can reach out to them showing acceptance, showing detachment, showing that you actually value yourself. So reaching out saying, the breakup was for the best. For example, thank you for keeping me honest and accountable can be a positive thing. Or saying that you wish them well does not mean necessarily that you want to get back together, right? So the point that I'm trying to make is if you're in a needy, vulnerable mindset, the odds are that some way, somehow, you're going to convey neediness and desperation. If you are actually taking steps to value yourself, centered around your own personal growth and your own personal transformation, the odds are that your contact won't be needy. And Angelica, you will be surprised to know that you can send a letter to an ex that's not needy, that's actually empowering, that enables you to pull away on your own terms. And we can talk about some of that tomorrow as well during the free live training. But it's a wonderful question. You're definitely on the right track if you are thinking in this way. So I'm definitely, thank you for this beautiful question. So Julie says, he avoids me at all costs and won't even look at me when he gets around me. I'm sorry, Julie. I know that this is super challenging because you have to deal with this constant rejection. And it's triggering. It reminds you of the breakup. It reminds you of all the reasons why you're in pain right now, because this guy is just not willing to acknowledge that he cares. And all you want is his validation. I've seen from my experience two types of scenarios where this happens. One is where individuals have been so needy, so desperate, that an ex can be afraid to give you any sort of validation because they're afraid that you're going to cling on and not respect their need for space. And I've seen another type of dynamic where an ex is actually insecure and they don't want to let you see the fact that, you know, they're unsure of where they stand. And so either way, I encourage you to stand in your power, to take steps to make sure that you are comfortable, that you can be yourself no matter what, even around them. That means perhaps being around, friends, people that accept you for who you are, and actually taking small steps, small victories that you can celebrate each and every day so that you can prove to yourself that you can be happy without them. Because if you can be happy without them, they hold way less power and sway over you, really. So that would be my advice to you, because, it's not just about winning their validation, getting them back. It's about being in a healthy dynamic, and you need to be with someone who's also self-aware and who's also willing to do the work so that you come back into a dynamic that's healthy and where you're not walking on eggshells. So, Julie, he needs to also earn your trust. It's not just about you and the things that you need to do. This person needs to show that they actually value you, that they care about you. And you need to create the conditions for them to be able to recognize that and to feel like they can act on it without you clinging on. And Julie, I also encourage you to come tomorrow. You're going to learn a lot. And I've prepared a presentation that I think will speak to you, as well as many individuals who are prepared to do the work in order to do this the right way. So I also wanted you to know that tomorrow I'm doing this free live event, but next week the weekly live will not be happening, right? Been giving you guys a lot of space, a lot of time, a lot of attention to come ask your questions, doing these free live trainings. And next week we're going to be on my other channel, Happily Committed, because I wanted to do a little live to help people with the power of forgiveness. So I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, to come to next week's live at this time, in order for you to not miss our weekly rendezvous. And I've put the link to the Happily Committed channel in the chat. So please click on it, subscribe. There's a ton of content on nurturing healthy love as well, specifically geared towards people in long-term relationships, in marriages, that can really help you, that can help you to be fulfilled and to continuously strive for healthy love. This is what it's all about, right? So this is where we can find each other next week. Before I conclude today, I wanted you to know that you are fighting the good fight. The pain that you're feeling today is not in vain. You are going through this pain, but it's shaping you. You will be more prepared in your next relationship because of what you learned today. And the more you're able to take this positive approach and positive outlook, the more you're prepared to put in the work, focusing on what you can control and engaging in a process of personal transformation and personal growth, the more you maximize your chances of creating a new relationship with someone that you love after a breakup. That's what this process is about. No tricks, no gimmicks, no manipulation, just renewed understanding, heightened emotional intelligence, and action, and staying accountable to a process. That's it, guys. And obviously, having support along the way, having a coach that can help you to really stay true to the goals that you have set and not letting your emotions get the best of you. Patricia, thank you. I am so grateful for you, for your support, for your love, and for your gratitude. You helped me fight the good fight. And, I hope to see you tomorrow as well. So maybe I can answer Jesse's question here. How can you tell if she is completely done or not? Was blocked in September, spoke once it was nice, we didn't fight. But she thinks I won't change enough. I have made great changes. Beautiful question, Jesse. Thank you for your question. So proving your change to your significant other is at the heart of this process. And the more you try to prove your change, the more you fall into desperate or manipulative behaviors. So you need detachment, you need consistency. And once you're focused on actually changing, you will be a living, breathing proof of the change. Your significant other will sooner or later have to acknowledge what everyone else around you has told you, what you know has happened. But oftentimes, we are trying to rush to prove to someone that we've changed. And so in essence, it's another form of seeking validation and putting them on a pedestal, right? So if your change is real, fantastic. Half of the battle is already won. Be consistent, be patient. And you will see that you will create space for them to also take steps towards you and to co-create a new relationship. This is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, what those steps look like. And so once more, before I sign off, I want to invite you to sign up and to please come and to share. And there will be room for you to also ask your questions. And I have a free gift for every single one of you who stays until the end, because it means you're fighting the good fight, you're committed, and I'm going to give you everything that I've got. So thank you, M, for your gratitude, for your appreciation, for signing up for tomorrow's free live training. In less than 24 hours, we will be together, and it's going to be amazing. Before I sign off, as always, I really want to thank my team. This is amazing. What a blessing it is that we can do this on a weekly basis, that I can connect with you guys all over the world, India, Ireland, UK, friends in the United States, Thailand. This is amazing. And Latvia. And this enables me to fight the good fight, to connect with you, to feel close to you, to support you. And it's all thanks to my team, DevZine Media, and the studio that enables me to do what I do and to be of service and to transform the lives of couples little by little, one step at a time. So thank you guys. And keep fighting the good fight. See you tomorrow. Can't wait. Take good care.